Hi Helen,
Hi Steve.
let us see what we're going to do today.
Oh no, your jokes are getting worse. Okay, so what we are going to do is lettuce seed today. I have a mixed salad leaf,
Right,
and I also have a lettuce that's going to form into like a big head of lettuce.
right,
So they're two different types. So
Okay.
I'll show you what I'm going to do with the mixed salad leaf first.
right,
So this is a modular tray.
yep,
And I thought what we'd do is we'll fill this up with compost and we're going to sow the seed into it. Okay, so I've overfilled it slightly.
Where would I get one of those modular trays then?
You do get them from the garden centre normally, but obviously at the moment with everything that's going on you probably can't go out and get them. You might be able to buy them online, or alternatively you could use an old container that salad come in before from the
Oh right,
supermarket.
okay, that's a handy
Just wash
tip.
it out and use that.
Excellent.
Now I've filled that with compost, and then I've just taken off the top and made it nice and smooth.
Great, okay,
And what I'm going to do is I've got another modular container. I'm just going to press it down very gently. You don't want to compact it too much,
right.
but it's just so that the soil settles and it's
So
all
it's not
nice.
too loose
So it's
in
not
there.
too
Yeah.
loose. Now you can also do it with your fingers or your thumbs. You don't want it really solid and you don't want it too loose, but what you do want is a nice even surface for sowing the seed.
Great.
Okay, so move that one out of the way a minute. So what I'm going to do now, this one is like a cut and come again lettuce.
Come again?
But basically what you do is you let the leaves grow and
Yeah.
then you snip them off at the base.
Okay.
And then you carry on letting it grow. You keep it watered, and
So
let
it comes
grow
back again?
So it comes back again.
Excellent. That
So-
sounds like value for money.
It was very much so. So this is the lettuce seed. As you can see, there's different colours there. So there's going to be different types of leaf.
Right,
So you just want to sprinkle a nice, generous amount on the top.
okay.
Not too many, but you know, a reasonable amount. Like that.
Beautiful.
Okay, now all of that I don't need, I'm just going to pop back in. It's actually a good time to sow lettuce at the moment. They don't like it to be too hot. Usually sort of like about 11-12 degrees, so now is perfect.
Right,
And you can keep that in your kitchen, not necessarily on the window ledge, but you know, so that it's got good light.
right.
And then what you want to do is just sieve a little bit of compost on top.
That's compost you put on
This
there,
is
is it?
just normal multi-purpose compost.
Right,
Now if you haven't got a sieve, then what you want to do is just break up the soil a little bit so that it's nice and fluffy.
yep,
You don't really want massive bits, these are tiny little seed,
right,
so they're going to struggle to grow through big lumps.
right.
And then what you do is you just sprinkle just a tiny little bit, just so that the seed is covered over the top.
Excellent.
You don't need anything fancy, it's just, the sieve is nice because it just gives that nice fine layer over
Lovely.
the top. But they'll grow just as well. Okay.
I suppose you could always use your kitchen sieve.
You could, as long as you wash it. This one's a little bit, it's got bigger holes, look. So.
Right, okay.
Okay, and then what you do, now just mind I don't water Steve at the same time, but what you want to do is you want to get that as a nice fine spray, and you
Yeah.
just want to sort of pass it over. Because you don't want to wash all that lovely seed out,
No, of course.
but you want to give it a nice water.
Excellent.
The
Just 3 or 4 passes?
Yeah, for now, just to get that seed germinating. If you see some that aren't quite covered, then just a little bit
Add a
more
little bit more on.
compost. And that's just how easy it is.
Excellent.
And then a little label with today's date on, just to say what it is. And then we can keep a check on
Perfect.
how long it takes to grow. So normally about a week or two, I would say.
Excellent.
Okay, so that's the first type, so that's your cut and come again.
Right,
The other one you can do exactly the same, you can still do it as modules, or you can do it into just any container.
right,
Exactly the same principle. So fill the container with compost, overfill it, make sure that it's all in the corners as well, and then you're just going to strike it off.
And was that an expensive tool you're using there?
It's a piece of wood. But I do have another little tool, which is just a tamper down. You just tamp it down like that. So again, you've got a nice even surface for the seed.
Right. If you haven't got one of those tampers, I suppose you could use
And
a bit of wood for the
or a piece
of the right
wood.
size. Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. Now, the other way of doing it is to just give this a quick water first. So again, just to wet that surface.
Yeah.
Now, as you can see, look, it's a nice flat surface
Beautiful.
for the seed to go onto. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this, depending on how much lettuce you want. You can either spread it over the same as that. This one is slightly different. It's a slightly different seed. But because it's slightly bigger,
Yep.
you could actually just say we want 12. We could do a 4x3 grid. And then
So that's an individual seed every
that's
time
an
on
individual seed every
Yeah.
time, except for where I've dropped them. And there we go. All right.
that one. That looks quite pretty as well.
Thank you.
Almost looks like some kind of pudding.
And again, all we're going to do is get some nice compost, finally sieve it over, just so that it covers. But you can just as easily, which is what I normally do, if I'm honest, is do that. You can see where the seed is, so you can just put the finer bits of compost over the top like that.
Great.
And then just clean up a little bit. Just press down very, very gently. You just want the seed to come into contact with the soil.
Lovely.
So nothing with too much pressure.
Okay.
Okay?
And do you need to water that again now over the top like you did?
Yes, I'm going to give it just a little sprinkle because that compost is quite dry.
Lovely.
And then the other thing you can do is also soak it in. You can get a container like this or a bit smaller. Just put a little bit of water in the bottom and then just soak them in there for a little while until the compost is moist.
Lovely.
And then that's it, and then you can just take it out again.
That's super.
Okay, so what we'll do is we'll come back in a couple of days and see how things are growing. I have started some off in the greenhouse already, so we'll come back and have a little look to see how they're doing.
But for now, we just leave it alone.
Oh no! I'm going to leave your jokes alone, I think.
Okay.
All right, well, thank you very much, and thank you for everybody who's liked the page, all the previous 3 pages and shared them. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So
Well, I think everybody's enjoying how informative these are, and are looking forward to tasting some really nice homegrown fruit and veg.
I hope so.
Okay.
Okay. Thank
We'll
you,
see you next
guys.
instalment.
Right.